Welcome into the Fan Speak Network and to Degen Dads. I am your host this evening, riding solo. Our other Degen father on duty has exactly that, fatherly duties to get to. He's got a sick young man at home he's got to take care of. He's getting off to it, making sure he's there in case, something gets a little bit more serious than it needs to be. But, Andrew might be hopping in the chat. We'll see. But luckily enough, you were left in good hands with the host that brought, picks for every single game. We got a prop for every game. We got a touchdown for every game. We've got some orientation of a money line or ATS pick for every game left that we've got here. I know we've gotten we'll say an okay spread so far. I mean, yesterday's game was obviously criminal. Or whatever, a couple days ago. We had Christmas. Okay. But yeah, yesterday, Thursday Night Football, day after Christmas. That's tough. That's tough, Bears in Seattle. I don't know why you're doing that to us. I don't know why you're doing that. That was pretty harsh. Luckily, I was here doing a podcast with y'all. Go check out the Week 17 Battle Royale preview with me and Andrew. I had a nice little distraction. I was still, peeping the corner, thinking Zach Charbonnet would score a touchdown, clear a ticket for me. But no, we all riot. See a Degen, send a prayer. See what's bumping in the chat here. Oh, yeah, there he is. There's all Andrew Robb. Thanks for driving the car solo tonight. Yeah, no worries. Cars practically drive themselves these days, Andrew. So glad to do it. Happy to do it. We're going to jump right into the board here. Like I said, we've got picks for every single game, so we are going to be just fine. I'm sure we'll get out of here a little bit earlier than most nights. But again, we've got plenty of content for you. I've got some of Andrew's picks as well. I'm going to pull those up, make sure I'm not missing out on those. My first game up we've got tomorrow. We've got the Chargers. Saturday football makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Chargers, Patriots. I've got the Chargers covering the spread -4.5. They're 7-2 in their last 9 games ATS, and they're playing the Patriots. Great spot. I don't care if they're playing on the East Coast, in Europe, on the moon. Chargers should roll in this one. They're going to get J.K. Dobbins back. I'm taking him for an anytime touchdown. The number was at -110 before any major news hit that he was going to be off the IR, healthy, playing in this game. This is what the Chargers do. They run the ball. And what the Patriots do is allow rushing touchdowns to running backs. They rank 4th for most rushing touchdowns allowed to running backs. It's a great spot. One team loves to do it. The other team loves to allow it. Great mixture. Great combo. No, this still needs to be an hour show. We'll try our best to write it out here for you, Mike. I know you need your time. Your alone time with the boys, with the Degen Dads. I get it. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's ride, folks. I've been seeing a lot of Ladd McConkey. Andrew Ladd, little Blackhawks, little brain connect there, little fart there. Little Ladd McConkey laddering on the old social medias, on the Twitters. I like it. I like the theory of it. I'm just going to take the 80 receiving yards, though. 80 plus receiving yards, plus 100. I like it. If you want to get a little bit healthier, a little bit more affordable, equitable number, 50, 60, 70 receiving yards, by all means. Seems like that's, a popular play this week. Good spot. He is the Chargers' weapon outside of the run game. You're looking at those totals, those receiving yard totals. Name another receiver in that whole game or another player outside of Ladd McConkey that's got a receiving yard total of at least 50 yards or more. I think market value price is around 72 to 74 receiving yards pending your book. Everybody else is like around like 20, 30, maybe 40 yards for like the next highest guy. So there's a big spread there. I trust him to hit it. I'm not so sure about laddering up to 100 plus, but I do like the 80. Give me 80 plus receiving yards for Ladd McConkey this week. Again, plus 100. Our midday game tomorrow, we've got the Bengals. Per my FanDuel 2024 recap, the Bengals were apparently my most bet team. Who knew? That was interesting to me. But my most bet team on FanDuel this year. Apparently, I spread it out pretty evenly with everybody else, but really love to go out and attack Bengals. I don't know if that included props or if it was just their money line or ATS picks. Thought that was interesting. Go Joey B. Bengals -2.5, going to buy down the number. You're going to get -147 on the juice there. Yeah, you're getting a little bit less value, but I feel that that's a little bit safer. I think I saw the line opened up at like 8.5 points, and the markets brought it all the way down to this. I think it was a 3.5 point spread. I will take the Bengals -2.5, still in the hunt to make the playoffs. Everyone would love to see that. This offense, as bad as the defense has been, I mean, they're just an exciting team to see play. So Bengals in the playoffs would be amazing. I'm still holding my breath on it. You know, I don't know if I'm going to place any money on it per se, but I do like them in this game specifically at the -2.5. I like what we got here. Chase Brown over the 3.5 receptions, -155. Again, a little bit more juice there, but one of the safer plays. Last week, I got burned on the T. Higgins longest reception. I'm not opposed to it, but I also don't know the number. It's typically a little bit higher, like between 24 to 26, because he's just that guy that can blow it off the top. If he's down to like 20 to 21, I think I could get in on it. I do have another player that's consistently hitting those very back end Monday Night Football. I think you could probably guess who that is. And then I have Audric Estime to score an anytime touchdown in this game, +185. Bengals defense, still bad. If the Broncos get inside the 10, which they should, they've also just been putting up a lot of points. The Broncos hitting the over pretty consistently. That might be something to look at in this game as well. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity for them to run the ball. And the Broncos, they're in a good position to make a run too. They're 9-6. I think that they won't be as cute this week. You know, Sean Payton doesn't have to go to the fullback or the third string tight end. You know, he can just continue to give Audric Estime that healthy dose. I know that McLaughlin was a little bit banged up. He's back and healthy. But again, I still trust Estime to continue to earn more and more of the workload, especially inside the 5, inside that red zone. All right, next up, we've got Arizona and the Rams. I got to keep going back to Trey McBride for the touchdown. I mean, I just don't see why not at this point. If I'm going to do it last week when it was right, why wouldn't I do it this week again? Still, you know, leading the team in targets, receptions. Give me a Trey McBride anytime touchdown, +145. They need this one for sure. I think Arizona might be, I think they might be actually out now. I think they might be mathematically out. I'm not sure. I know Seahawks need Arizona to win this game, but I'm not actually sure if Arizona is going anywhere, as a matter of fact. Like McBride, like I said, at the +145. I'd like to sprinkle in some Kyler Murray at the +390. I think with those running backs being banged up, both Benson and James Conner, I think we get a little bit more rushing upside for Kyler this week. Maybe look at his rushing props, but taking a little sprinkle at the +390 for him to, you know, scoot one out of a play action in the red zone. I like that. And then props in this game, I've got Marvin Harrison Jr. over the 3.5 receptions, Kupp over the 4.5 receptions. Put that together, you've got +158. And I do like Arizona to cover 7 points in this one. Mike Robb saying Arizona is eliminated. Yeah, I was kind of feeling that. It's weird because Arizona beat the Rams like 41-10 in week 2. It's a, you know, completely flipped narrative here. You know, the Cardinals ran all over them. We've got 2 different teams on both sides here coming into week 17. So very interesting, even seeing that big spread in favor of the Rams. I am going to take Arizona to cover it because we do still have a division game here. Even if they're eliminated, NFL teams love to mess around when they're eliminated. They don't really care. Go out there, ball, get bonuses, you know, get your game check. And, you know, hey, it's football. They're going to ruin stuff. And it's championship week for fantasy. I mean, all sorts of stuff has got to go wrong, right? All sorts of stuff's got to get messy. Next up, we've got the Bills and the Jets. It's a pretty big spread at 10 points. I still like it. I also like the total. That's, if you're putting those together, Bills -10 and the over, 46 points, you're getting +238. If you like that or semi like that, take the Bills -6 and the over 40.5, and that'll get you +100. If you're with me on the full game total, go all in at the +238. If not, I think those moderate calls there at the -6 and the over 40.5 points, that feels pretty good to me. I mean, realistically, I could see easily the Bills winning 30-20 or more, you know, 33, 34, 20, something like that. You know, but I think there is still that potential for that kind of like backdoor, you know, 30-24, 30-23, you know, type of game. So if you want to get a little bit more extreme, go with the +238. I think that +100 option, though, is very moderate and very easy to click this week. I think the Jets can do their part to help clear 40.5 points. Also like Garrett Wilson and Khalil Shakir, both for 40+ receiving yards, buying down some numbers. You know, I think that number for Shakir is like -240 to 260, and you're in like the -340 to 360 range there for Garrett Wilson. So very healthy numbers for both of those guys based on production so far this season. That package pays +122. Touchdown, I really can't decide. I got burned with Josh Allen last week. I want to go back to him, but does he need to do it, up against the lowly Jets? Does he have to run all over them? He's got the playoffs to worry about. He's got bigger picture things to worry about other than Aaron Rodgers in week 17. Then there's James Cook, but again, you're not getting a ton of juice, right? So I don't know what the odds are, but Andrew's been, he's whisper in my ear, Dalton Kincaid, just over and over and over again, So I think I will chase the Dalton Kincaid touchdown this week, and it's more of just I don't know where to go. Devontae Adams, I know he's chasing 500 receiving touchdowns or something like that. Easy play, but everybody's going after that play. Your mailman's going to give you that play. So, yes, you can also go after Devontae Adams as well. Let's see. Colts game. I like Taylor for an anytime touchdown. The Colts minus 7.5. Not really much to like here in this game. I don't even know who the quarterback for the Colts will be. The Giants are just dog poo. Malik Neighbors isn't practicing. I don't know if I trust Tyrone Tracy to score another touchdown. I mean, it's there. It's there. He's going to be their guy, especially if Neighbors is out. I don't want to flirt with, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm just not interested. I don't think you should be either. I'm okay with a Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown minus 170. I think there should be some more juice there, especially given the fact we don't know who the quarterback will be. I like a Josh Downs anytime touchdown if Joe Flacco does in fact play in this game. I do like that option. I would also be willing to go out and attack his player props, catches, yards, etc. Okay. Moving on to the Eagles matchup. They have the Cowboys. Yikes here. So let's see. Cowboys, we've still got Cooper Rush. We've got no CeeDee Lamb. And then we've got the awesome Eagles, most likely without Jalen Hurts. Yikes. Not the best picture. A couple of things I'm really into here is Saquon Barkley over 1.5 receiving receptions. And then the receiving total is really low. It's 10.5. He hasn't hit it in a couple of games, but he's hit it in 8 games this season. So he's definitely due to clear this number. That combination is paying minus 110. So just, even money, very low totals, 1.5 catches, for a Kenny Pickett led offense. I think that's very, very much in our favor. But I like buying up the 40 receiving yards. He hasn't hit this number too many times this season. I believe just 3. You're getting plus 650. I really like that situation in a game where the Eagles could easily clear out the Cowboys and they need a couple of easy check downs. I think Saquon can clear the 40 yards this week. I want to get a little sprinkle on there. Plus 650. That is really nice. Hurts is officially out. Nice. Very good for my redraft fantasy championship. Let's go. Let's ride. Love that. Although Sam Darnold as a substitute, kind of a wash. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of points in that game, with the Packers. We'll see. Like the Eagles minus 3, again, kind of buying down the number there, and under 42 points, buying up that number, and you're getting plus 102 odds here. With Kenny Pickett at quarterback, I still think that we can, step in some doo-doo because we've got a pretty big, I'm not sure what they're getting money line. I know it's a pretty heavy number. Kind of tough, right? I mean, obviously the Eagles are much, much better. They have a significantly better defense. They should stranglehold the Cowboys here, but it's week 17. And I don't want to step in doo-doo. And I feel like this could be one of those games, no dissimilar to, people thinking that, Arizona is going to lose, a game like 41-10, like they, beat the Rams in week 2. I just don't think that's going to be the reality. Anything else in this game? Rico Dowdle, Saquon Barkley touchdowns. I think those are the biggest upside plays. Tough for me to really trust, Brandon Cooks loves to score touchdowns, right? Loves to create some separation in the end zone. Just tough for me to trust without CeeDee Lamb there, kind of shielding some top coverage. Eagles defense pretty solid. I'll go after the running backs. Give me Dowdle anytime TD. Give me Barkley. Put those 2 picks together. I'm sure you'll get something very nice, juicy, healthy. Next up, we've got the Carolina game, Carolina and the Buccaneers. I've got Bucky Irving plus Chuba Hubbard, both to score an anytime touchdown, plus 180. Carolina plus 8. I do like them to cover in this game. I think they're going to be able to keep it close. Bryce Young's been balling out. He's been playing very well, and they've covered in 6 out of their last 7 games, despite not winning most of those games. So I like the Panthers to keep it close here. Bryce Young's getting into his comfort zone. The running game is there with Chuba Hubbard. Like I said, like him to score a touchdown, like Irving to score a touchdown. Running backs just love to score touchdowns up against the Panthers. It's what just a very simpatico situation. No different than the Chargers and the Patriots this week. Just a great matchup oriented. We love to do this. You love to allow us or others to do this as well. Perfect situation. And Chuba, he's just a big part of what they do. They get inside the 5, they get inside the 10. That he's going to get the rock, and he's really built some confidence, I feel like, this season, and we're going to be drafting him a lot higher this year going into Best Ball Mania 6, the big board, and all sorts of contests for next year on Underdog. So buckle up. The value is absolutely gone. Got his contract, got the stats, the numbers to back it up. Absolutely ridiculous. Also love Jalen McMillan, over 3.5 catches. He's been balling out these past 3 games. That's paying plus 100, and just too low a number. I think we all expect Mike Evans to, be spectacular this week and the following, but McMillan's been filling in very well for an offense that really likes to pass the ball a lot. So getting 3.5 catches for a total at plus 100, I feel very, very good about that. Next up, we've got the Raiders. Another really messy game here. Really, even money going both ways on the money line. I lean in favor of the Raiders. It's really just recency bias. Even without Crosby, the defense looks okay. It looks like it could beat Spencer Rattler and the Saints. Tough for me to trust a lot of picks in this game. Still have a few. Jacoby Myers, over 5.5 receptions. When him and AOC are clicking, it's going. He can easily get 11 catches in this game. I like him and Brock, both for their props. Both anytime touchdowns, but give me the value with Amir Abdullah. Andrew, I know you've just been sitting around waiting for me to bring up Amir Abdullah, plus 290. The guy's getting the same odds as Chris Olave, who's potentially coming back this week, who's hasn't played much this season. Hasn't played much since the preseason. And Amir Abdullah has played well the past 2 weeks, scored touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. Really like him again. If you want to just put him and Madison both on single bets, I think you're going to be just fine. Both of them can hit pay dirt, or one of them, whichever you prefer. Next up, we've got the Titans and the Jags. Another ick. Again, pretty even money here on the money line. Either way you go, I'm going to take the Jags. Again, it's really just recency bias. Not a ton of confidence. You don't want to put those picks, in my opinion, into a bunch of parlays or more than like a 2-pick parlay like those last 2, Raiders and Jags. I'd be interested to see what they pay money line. According to his ex-likes, definitely seems like he has his tight ends on mind. No, Andrew's doing his thing. Come on now, Mike Robb. He's doing his thing tonight. He's balling out fatherhood style. But yeah, like the Jags and Raiders, if you want to put those two together, it's just not recommended. I think both of those games are going to be decided within 1 to 3 points. Also like Chig, again, getting plus money on receptions. This is crazy. 4.5 receptions, paying plus 115. What are the books doing? Like, what are they watching here? I mean, are they just banking on people just not watching football at all? It's crazy. Double-digit targets the last 2 weeks. Cleared this number easily the last 2 weeks. I dare say chase another touchdown. I dare say do it. They burned them last week with that just 2-point conversion. Just absolutely criminal. But I am going to go Tajay Spears and BTJ to both score a touchdown. That is paying plus 450. I'd be interested to see where Chig's at. I would imagine plus 250, plus 180, probably somewhere in that range. Got to give it to him. They got to give it to him. Absolutely ridiculous. It might be more ridiculous of me not to go back to it, actually. I've been doing it all year for Trey McBride. Why wouldn't I do it for Chig? Just after he's just started going off like a monster, just actually eating for a change. All right, Cleveland and the Browns. We've got Achane with an anytime touchdown. That's at minus 135. Not a good number for the books, in my opinion. I think you could easily find the pay dirt twice, but minus 135 is good enough for me. It's kind of like when you just get whatever, Niners running back at minus 135. You just take it every single time. Achane's been balling out. Minus 135 feels really good. Feels like it should easily be minus 220. These odds were on DraftKings, by the way, so maybe FanDuel does have him with a little bit more juice. I am taking Tyreek Hill over 4.5 catches. I am interested to potentially ladder up Tyreek Hill. I know that he is banged up, but I think Waddle coming back actually helps him out more so and will help free him up in the secondary. He seemed to struggle a little bit more so last week. So whether, again, he's a little bit more beaten, long season, maybe he's really just trying to cash in on that lawsuit up against Miami PD. I don't know. Might be a thing after he leaves and goes back to the Chiefs. Does the funniest thing ever. That wins a Super Bowl there. Funniest thing ever. Ladder him up 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus receiving yards this week, but easily like him on the 4.5 catches. And I'm just taking the Fins money line. You know, I'm not sure what the weather is going to be like in Cleveland, but I do know that the Dolphins kick the dog poo out of really bad teams. And the Browns are a really bad team. Really bad team. Dog poo Brown, literally. So I expect the Dolphins to hand it to him this week, some way, some form, some fashion, whether it's some late rally, barely winning, whether it's covering the spread in a huge way. I don't care. Fins money line. I know it's got, a lot of juice, but put it into something else that you like. Anything else. Next up, we've got Vikings. We're taking them money line over the Packers this week. Also like the over 40 points, buying that down. You're getting minus 112 odds there. I think there's going to be points in this game. I just want to buy the number just because I know that the Vikings can get there. They can stop the run. If they really clog up Jacobs for the first half of this game, I think they could run away with it early, but I would still expect the Packers to rally and still put up points. So I'm still buying down to 40, but Vikings money line for sure. Again, that's minus 112. Justin Jefferson, absolute stud this season, plus 100, anytime touchdown. He's there in the secondary. I was watching a John Gruden, I don't know if it was a TikTok video or Twitter video or whatever, where you're showing him all the different ways that they, create, different route patterns for him. It's just absolutely insane to believe that you think you're going to cover Justin Jefferson any single week with the different ways that they run him on literally the same route. They just cut it up all sorts of different ways so that you can really never tell what direction he's going to be going based on anywhere where they're lining him up on the field. I probably watched the video three or four times in a row. It had me juiced up. We got to go back to the Aaron Jones revenge touchdown. It was absolutely criminal that we didn't get it the first go around. Minus 165, not getting that Justin Jefferson juice. But between the two, I would lean Justin Jefferson to score 2 more than Jones. So I got to at least take Jefferson for the 1. And I do like both quarterbacks to throw for 2+ touchdowns. That's paying plus 196. So again, Vikings money line there with the over 40 points. Jefferson, Jones, ATDs, and then both QBs to score or pass for 2 touchdowns. Commandos and Atlanta. Don't like much Atlanta here, but you know who I do love? Terry McLaurin this week. Give me Terry for an anytime touchdown. Give me Terry for 2 touchdowns. That pays plus 550. For some reason, I didn't write down what Terry's just regular ATD was. I was just so excited about that Terry 2 touchdown game. Falcons are bad up against receivers. They've allowed, I think, the most or second most touchdowns to wide receivers this year. Give me Jaden Daniels for 2. Give me 2 for Terry, right? I mean, if Terry's getting 2, he's got to get his 2, right? And give me Commanders money line. I think you're getting, again, some not great odds there, but just give me the money line. I don't want to mess around. Haven't seen enough of Penix for me to really trust Falcons props or really trust the game script here. But I do know Falcons defense bad, Commanders offense good. So that should mean really good things for Washington this week. Give me them on the money line. And like I said, Terry, 2+ touchdowns, Daniels, 2 passing touchdowns. Gonna happen. Gonna hit. And then lastly up, we've got the Lions and San Francisco. I can get a George Kittle touchdown in there, but other than that, not much I like about San Francisco. Patrick Taylor. I mean, come on. You're a running back. You play for the 49ers. You got to do better, son. There are standards to live up to. If Garendo plays, if you want to sprinkle in some for him, I'm not sure. I haven't seen his report. I saw that he was questionable. But without Garendo, I mean, they're just down to just bare bone. They're just down to the bone at running back. Got to get Debo in there. Got to get him touches. That creates some volatility. So I like Kittle for the touchdown here. I don't like Purdy for 2 even though it's Detroit. Detroit loves to let opposing quarterbacks throw for at least 2 touchdowns. I don't love it. I just don't love it. It's hard for me. I could see Debo rushing touchdowns, Juszczyk rushing touchdowns, a lineman scoring a touchdown, Kittle. I see Kittle doing it because Kittle's the freaking man. Give me the Lions minus 3.5. I like it. Minus 192 on the money line. I like it. And then Jameson Williams over 22.5. Longest reception. Dude just continues and continues and continues to do it. Decent matchup in the secondary, right? Amon-Ra, I think, has a good week, but he has some work cut out for him. The secondary for the 49ers has been solid, but stopping a big long play from J-Mo, you just can't account for it every play, and the Lions are always catching their opponents with their pants down. Just the way it's been going. That is all of my picks. If the chat would like to jump in, we can build a card if you'd like. I won't be able to put it up because of Player Locator wasn't working for me earlier. I tried that before I logged on, so I didn't have to play with it now, specifically because it didn't work and because it never wants to work on my computer. You can ask Andrew. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Anyone in the chat, if you want to share some picks, we can put a card together here. I'll give you a couple of minutes. I also have circled here, I forgot to give it out, Jahmyr Gibbs, the first touchdown. I believe that pays plus 350. First touchdown in that game, give me Jahmyr Gibbs. I could easily see the Niners struggling to put one together, first drive or two. Lions love to score first drive, and they love to lead it in with the run game. Whether it's Monty or Gibbs, doesn't matter, but all Gibbs. I'm not seeing any picks. I came here to chew bubblegum and get picks from the chat, and I'm not chewing bubblegum anymore. I'm just going over my sheet here, making sure I didn't miss any. Amari DeMarcado, like, that's an option, I guess. You know, if those guys don't play or one of them doesn't play. I don't know if I'm into Michael Carter. I don't think I'm into it. A Puka touchdown. Puka didn't play. Shut up, Mike Robb. Oh my God. Shut up. Of course it's already in there, Mike Robb. What are you doing? Yeah, Puka didn't play week 2. Maybe that happens. We got Jamie in the chat. What's the B-Rob and Gibbs first TD play? Let's see. Would probably help if I actually had the app pulled up at least. Jamie, drop a pick. We're getting ready to head out for the night. Whatever pick you got for Sunday, your best lock of the week. All right, B-Rob. He's 450. And then Gibby is plus 340 now. So that pays like 23 to 1. 24 to 1 ish. He said, "Oh shit, love Tyreek over yards for show card." Okay, so we'll do all right. Okay, so you guys want to do Tyreek and Adams both for $100? Both for $100? I'll include those, Andrew. I'll include those. I was rushing through all these picks, and I had my phone down. I didn't even get through Andrew's. So what we'll do is we'll just grade Andrew's picks. You know, if you can't be here, get roasted. Boom. Boom. All right, see what we got here. Tyreek Hill over the 53 and a half. We agree. Right on. A plus pick. All right, we got more coming in. Got Brian Thomas, 80 plus. We like that too. Jaden Daniels over the 1.5 passing touchdown. Bada bing, bada boom. Simpatico. Evans over the 83 and a half. I don't hate it. The only reason I'm going to give it an A minus is because, like, come on, everybody's giving out that damn pick, Andrew. Come on, everybody's getting out Mike Evans picks. Come on now. Rico Dowdle over the 14 and a half receiving yards. Love where your head's at. A plus. Brock Bowers over the 67 and a half. A. We'll say A. It's still tough to trust Raiders, even though everyone's saying Brock Bowers, you know, still tough to trust. So, you know, you're going out on a limb with it. I like it. 67 and a half, Brock Bowers. Bucky Irving, anytime, agree. Terry McLaurin, anytime, agree. Trey McBride, anytime, TD, agree. It's definitely his time, he says, in parentheses. Thanks, Bigsby, anytime, TD plus 200. Okay, I see you. We talked about this yesterday. Amon-Ra, TD, you know, B plus. It's a really tough matchup. 49ers secondary has been pretty solid. It's tough for me in this one. Tough for me to pick a Lions guy other than Gibbs, like scoring 1 billion touchdowns. It's tough for me. J-Mo, long ball, Laporta, 2. When they got against that tougher matchup up against the Bears, Laporta got 2. Maybe we just go Laporta 1. And then he's got Vikings -1.5, Simpatico, Dolphins -6.5. Yeah, okay, sure. You could sell me on it. Bengals -3, Commanders -3. Yeah, we're here. I mean, again, like Commanders, like I just take money line. I know there's a lot of juice. I get it. They're the much better team. They should cover. But messing around with quarterbacks, I don't know. Not that familiar with coming off the bench. I don't know. All right, let's see what you sickos came up with here. So let's see. We got the Kyron TD. I bet that this year it doesn't hit. Wait, what? Every time you bet it, it doesn't hit. No, we can take it this week. I'm good with the Kyron TD. Brian Thomas, 80 receiving yards. Let's get these going here. So let's see. Kyron, where are you? Get the odds up here. Let's see. That's at -110 for B-Rob. Or B Thomas, sorry. Excuse me. I just miss Brian Robinson so much. Didn't someone have? Oh yeah, Adams at 100. That's a lot. That's plus 280. Okay. Let's see. And then Evans, where are you? Here we go. You got to love incentives. Mike Evans, a Hyundai is plus 155. What else? Laporta under because San Fran is top 5 versus tight end. Yeah, but that's like the Bears aren't very, or the Bears have been pretty decent up against tight end, I feel like too. But he was able to toast them. And I feel like it's just more so the secondary. Like the wide receivers don't put up amazing numbers up against that secondary either. All right, so those 5 picks so far, unless we've got another one in here. Baker Mayfield over. I'm gonna veto the Jaden Daniels rushing yards just because we're so into him passing this week. But I do like Baker over on the passing yards. Any more? I mean, it kind of just makes sense to go with Baker and maybe even Rodgers if that's what we're feeling. Passing, let's see. Well, what's his market price? Market price is $245. So that's 6 picks. All right, I don't know what that Bo Nix crap is. I don't know what that means, but this pays, what is it? 568 to 1. Yeah, so we'll throw a little tendy on it. This is a little $5,600. Pretty much $5,700. Pretty much. And that will all be ours to share. You missed your Rob. That's why you said B Rob. He is the TD King. All right. Awesome show. Even though Andrew wasn't here, he'll make it next time. I promise. It's a long season. All right. Stuff happens. 17 weeks. All right. Stuff comes up. Don't go bother him on social media just because he didn't show up to work. All right. It's not what I'm telling you to do at all. Do not go on the internet, find his address, and look up all those prop gifts like, hey, congrats on your second penis or whatever, third vagina transplant. I don't know. Don't do that. Okay. I will send you the show parlay, Andrew. I'm about to take some screenshots here on my phone, and I'll send it over to you. All right, we're going to head out for the evening. Hope everybody had a very good Christmas, has a happy new year. Will we see you guys again? No, we will not see you again in 2025. So, hey, from Fanspeak and the Degen Dads, appreciate you riding along this year. Hope everybody had a fulfilling 2024. Has some, goals that they plan to at least, try to acquire through the first 3 months of 2025. Have a little bit of ambition for at least a little bit of time, and I'll be proud of you, if you can just bare minimum at least, But yeah, appreciate all of you coming by again. Take care, be well, be good. If you can't be good at it. We'll see you guys later.